Welcome to my channel. I am Christina. In today's video, we are going to get you ready for your next performance review. So this is something that I know in some cases we may dread. We may dread preparing for it, having to fill out our self-evaluations, but after today's video, you will have the confidence that you need to crush your next review. So I come from a background that is unique. You know, I have been conducting performance reviews now for over 10 years. So I definitely know what I want to hear from my team when they are coming to their performance review. But I also know on the other side too, as an employee, what to share on your performance review. The first area that I like to focus on is the mindset. You have to go into your performance review with a growth mindset. And I feel like this is somewhat redundant, but I do feel having that perspective, having the perspective of like, you know what, I'm here to learn, I'm here to develop, I'm here to try something new. And that is something that you really won't get to if you have a fixed mindset of this is what works and this is how it's always been and this is how it will always be. That's not real life. You have to have the flexibility, but you also have to have the capacity to say, you know what, I learned something. Like 2019 was a rough year and this is what I took from it. The second one is in terms of your communication, right? So you want to make sure that you're open and you're honest and that you have like a authentic self when you come to the meeting. So yes, we all want to say that we had a killer year the year before, that we crushed every single goal that we had, that we aced every project, but that's not realistic. So you want to be able to also just come in like, this is where, you know, I did experience success, but this is also where it didn't happen, and these are the reason why. So let's step away from it just being like where I want to show what I did really good last year. It's having the honest conversation of this is what worked, but also this is what didn't work. The next thing I want to share is the importance of having examples, right? You want to show what you did, how you did it, and why you did it. So again, very specific. I keep on coming back to these questions, but it's really important when you're communicating to show that. So when you're saying like, okay, I keep on going to sales because that's what I'm in, I'm a sales director, but when you want to show the business that you got for the year or the programs that you worked on or the projects that you worked on, you want to be able to show a clear view of like start to finish, and specifically, what was your role in that? So in terms of the whole project, what was your contribution to the team? And sometimes it's something where it's like, I gave a different idea or I encouraged the team to think differently. So I think this is, again, a great opportunity to talk about some of the challenges you had. That is something that is very important because during these meetings, not only are you talking about past performance, which is, you know, a part of it, but the more important part of it is definitely like that future view. What's happening this year? How can I apply my learnings from last year to this year? And being able to give specific examples, critical. Like that is something that is really going to make you shine. And also being able to talk to it, right? So you're going to talk about not just the facts, but also the learning. So like this worked well because of X. This didn't work well because I needed Y. So the next thing that we want to talk about is your development needs for 2020. Whether it is from your boss, whether it's from your organization, whether it's taking a class somewhere else, I think it's important just to continue the conversation of what can I learn this year. Let's say you want to improve your like public speaking skills. This year I want to take a public speaking class. That's something that you could talk about. Or this year, you know what? I have to slice and dice data like I've never have before, so I want to take an Excel class. Whatever the case may be, if you want to learn more about something, there's no better time to ask for that than in your performance review. It's an easy way to advocate for yourself. As I said, no one, especially us women, no one will advocate for us better than ourselves. Now you want to talk about your goals for 2020. When too much time is spent on previous performance, it becomes a little boring, quite honestly, the meeting. So like, let's focus more on 2020. So what needs to happen this year? These are my goals for 2020. This is what I'm trying to do. This is how I'm going to achieve that. This is the support I need from you. Remember, your boss is there, so you want to talk about the support that's needed, and then also talk about your own development. So make sure that your goals are specific, that they're time-bound. I mean, I'm not going to go through SMART goals unless you want to. So if you do, comment below if that's something you want to hear. I can walk you through SMART goals. The world we live in has changed, whether it's our parents or our grandparents, like their career paths may have been very linear, or their career paths may have been like working at one company for like 20, 30 plus years. Our economy is a little bit different, it's a little bit more agile, and because of that, this is a great opportunity to think of your careers in terms of like a map. Right? It's going to shift, it's going to pivot, it's going to take on different forms as the business needs or as your career allows you to do. So don't constantly think of like, okay, this is where like I'm going to do this role and I'm going to do this role. Like really start thinking about, in order for me to get to this point, I need to develop within a certain spec. So I hope that you feel more confident going into your performance review this year. If you have any questions, any comments, again, comment below, like, subscribe, please. I want to really establish a community here for us. So if you need anything, or there's any other topics you want to see, I have some other fun things coming down the pipeline. So definitely stay tuned. New videos every Tuesday. And without further ado, thank you.